So today we are heading off to Wilkins Harley Davidson for the Bikers Against Child Abuse group ride. I'm not a super huge fan of group rides. I like just being on my own, going the speeds I want. Bike's a little dusty, so just get it wiped down a little bit. Got to pick up some more bug slide because I'm all out. But yeah, so Bikers Against Child Abuse, a really great organization. They raise a lot of money. Very, very key here in Central Vermont, and it's something that I feel very close to and touch with. Having two kids of my own, you don't have to have kids to be against it, obviously, but come out and supporting great organizations and groups like this. It's really nice to see so many different motorcycle clubs that are helping out in their communities, doing whatever they can. I mean, I've talked with different veterans organizations that help out with local veterans charities or homes or foundations, anything to that effect. It's really nice to see the community doing that. So I know I go to Wilkins Harley Davidson a lot, but they have a ton of stuff going on over the summer. I've been slacking a little bit on my other rides, very busy with work, but we're going to put an end to that. So let's head on down to Wilkins Harley Davidson in Barre, Vermont. Not going to have to worry about watching me drive this route because I've ride it all the time. So, but we will get some footage of the actual ride. I have no idea what the route's going to be. We're going to do some lunch afterwards. I made sure I brought a whole bunch of cash for donations, things to that effect. I don't know exactly what's going on there. I don't know what to expect. So I'm just going out there to have a good time, support a good cause. Hope to see you guys there. All right, so finally got out here to Wilkins, hanging out. Got here a little bit early just so I could see anything else. And the motorcycle that I bought last year is now on a reverse auction. I'll show that to you. But we're out here for the Bikers Against Child Abuse group ride. It's a great event, great organization. I will speak to a couple of the members after the ride, after we get some lunch or during lunch. And I did forget my freaking tripod, so that's going to suck. So I'll have to hold it up, do some reversing, whatever, but ill prepared. That's, name of the game. But so a ton of people have already showed up for it. We're getting in line. I know they're going to talk to everyone ahead of time, tell us a little bit about their organization. I'll make sure I get that out there to you. Afterwards, I also got to remember to pick up some bug slide. Please don't let me forget that. And that's what I got so far. So we're going to take a look around, see what's going on the inside. So this is a 2024 Softail Standard. Absolutely beautiful bike. I know because I bought mine last year for a hell of a lot more than that. So this is a reverse auction. They reduce it by $100 a day until somebody buys it. Unfortunately, they won't take mine for trade-in for the amount, so can't get a brand new one. But is what it is. So, but do highly recommend it. First bike, easy to learn on. It's definitely treated me well. Okay. All right, so we're here in front of the BACA tent, the Bikers Against Child Abuse, with Shadow and OG. We just went on an amazing ride through Central Vermont. We hit Barry, Plainfield, East Montpelier, and it was a really wonderful time. A little bumpy, and some road signs that didn't really apply to us, thankfully. But so I'm here to talk to them about their organization, Bikers Against Child Abuse, what they're doing, what they're raising money for, and everything. So just quickly, whatever you can share with us about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Shadow. I joined the group about 3 years ago, right out of getting a motorcycle. Joined the group strictly because I, with some lived experiences, want to be able to come back and help kiddos in need who have been through a lot of traumatic events and need that supportive factor in their life, and they're not getting it elsewhere. So I just want to be here to empower the children who might need that crutch.
Awesome. And OG.
My name's OG. I'm the VP of the Vermont chapter.
That's Vice President, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Just make sure in case anyone.
Yep. I originally joined the group as actually one of the first children of Vermont many years ago now. Eventually, I aged out, but I got to see from the kid aspect what goes into this group, how it can help. And then when I aged out, I came back finally as a full rider, slowly working my way through the ranks, but want to give back, seeing as I've seen what it looks like, what it feels like as a kid to have this group there supporting me, showing me, world's not doesn't need to be as scary of a place. I may have gone through a lot, but you've got a family behind you that'll run with you.
So how exactly do you guys support the community? Obviously, we know you're big proponents against child abuse, but what do you provide, like, services to families, to children in need, anything to that effect?
So we work with families with children who have an open court case through, more likely than not, DCF. So if they have a court case, they could call us, get involved with us. We do level 1s, level 2s, triages, just to make sure that we're a good fit for them, because we might not be a good fit for the kids. We might come in there, look a little intimidating, and they're like, yeah, back off. Like, I don't want that. So we want to make sure it's a good fit for them and us. So once we kind of decide if they want to become a part of our family, we give them a vest with their own patches on it so that they can kind of feel like they're a part of us. We give them a teddy bear as like hey, we're not here in physical presence, but this is like all of us. We give it a hug, and this is all of us that are thinking of you. So from there, once they're in the group, we kind of sit back and wait for any court like trials, court appearances, anything, and we'll show up, we'll sit in the courtroom, and all we do is surround the kid and support the kid while we're there. We're strictly there for the kids. Obviously, their mom, dad, whoever is there is part of that family, but like our main focus is to support the kiddos.
Okay, so more of like a show of support for the children, so you're there for them, so that they know they have somebody basically watching their back.
Yes, so they're not thinking that the perpetrator is going to come and hurt them while they're in court. It's a very, very vulnerable state in court, and you're a kid, you don't really understand what's happening. So we want to be that shoulder. It's like, hey, that big guy's there. He's got my back.
That's awesome. That's really cool to have, because I know a lot of kids are really nervous, really worried about what's going to happen, about any type of retaliation, which any victim of abuse is, but especially children. So tell me about the organization, and obviously it's larger than just Vermont, because I saw somebody from Ontario or Canada,
Montreal.
somewhere in Canada. Montreal, thank you. One of those.
We're
provinces.
An international group, so we've got people from all over. Shadow just went on a trip over to visit the Icelandic chapter.
So they can't ride over here, though.
It's a little harder over the water, Maybe if you take the boat and just leave it running the whole way. But we've got chapters all over the world. It's a great thing. So there's a lot of bikes that are just people who are like, this is the group I want to be a part of. So.
And you guys are part of the Vermont chapter.
Yep, we're the Vermont chapter. We had Western Mass come up today. We had Montreal come down. We've got chapters in, I think, 48 states right now?
States. There's only 2 that
Which two are we missing?
I think it's Rhode Island. Rhode Island's been rough, and it was
Hawaii.
It's either Hawaii or one of the Dakotas.
Okay, yeah. Rhode Island, Hawaii, Dakotas, whichever one it is, let's get on the ball. This seems like an amazing organization. So thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to talk with me about this. I wanted to make sure, because I did not do this earlier. So making sure with my donation. They supplied hot dogs for us after the ride. was a little aggressive. But they supplied hot dogs. Everybody's hanging out. It's been a really good time. Great cause. Make sure you check out the link in the description below. It'll have their website. It'll have all the information that you need on it. If you have any questions, you have any concern, if you're a victim of child abuse, feel free to reach out to these guys. Amazing organization. And like you said, they're there to have your back. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for inviting me out.
Thank you.
That's it. So we're all set here. We're all set, finishing up over at Wilkins Harley Davidson. Great ride, great time, great organization. And as I was getting ready to leave, I looked at my helmet. They left me a little squishy hog. I'll make sure. Oh, its glasses came off. I gotta save those. But it says, where does it say? What does it say? You've been hogged by Curly and Heathen. Jeeps may have ducks, but Harleys have hogs. Find out more and share your adventures of our traveling hogs Facebook group and check out our website. So pretty cool. Get to see what other people are doing, where they're taking their hogs. But that's it for today. Not going to show you a video on the way back. We're going to call it a day, maybe get a nap, and then head into work. So thanks for joining me today. You guys have a wonderful day.